Hello everyone and welcome to the video. Today we are going to be recreating this simple spinner animation purely with CSS and HTML. So I made this a few days ago and I just thought it might be fun to show you how to recreate it. So what it is basically is we have this div with a class of loader, and this is just a container for the elements of the loader, and then inside we have the loader spinner, which is the primary spin element right here, and then we just have some text underneath to tell you what's happening. So here's what this page looks like with no styling. Oops. Just HTML. Well, actually there is a little bit of styling, just some reset stuff and changing the background color a little bit. But yeah, other than that, there's absolutely nothing here. So let's actually get started and make the spin animation. So what we want to do is center everything first. So we're going to give the body a height of 100 VH, so it covers the whole viewport. And then we are going to give it a display of grid, and we are going to place content center. Okay, and do that. Okay, so now everything is centered. So now let's create the spinner element. Oops, oh goodness. Actually, we have to style the loader container first. So we'll also give that a display of grid, and we will also place content center. Let's go back over here. Okay. And that's all good. So now we will create the spinner element. So loader spinner, and we are going to give this a width of, we'll say like 8 rems or so, and a background color of like 333, just so we can see it show up. Oh, also an aspect ratio of 1:1 so that it is squared. Okay, that looks pretty good. So now let's come over here and round this. Let's round this so that it's actually a circle. We'll say, if I could type properly, border radius 50%. That will round that nicely. I'm not sure why this isn't actually centered. Maybe that needs to be place items center. There we go, place item center. I actually forget what the difference is between place content and place items. I'll have to do more research on that, but place items seems to center things better. So yeah, we'll just use place items for now. It's not super important in this case. Anyways, so there, now we have the main spinner body. Now we are going to create a circle within the spinner so that it looks, so that we get this ring effect, because what you're seeing in the middle of the spinner here is actually a separate circle, and it looks like you just have a ring instead of a solid element. So we're going to do that with the after pseudo element. So we're going to say loader spinner after, and we have to give this a content of just an empty string. And we're also going to come up to the loader spinner and give it a position of relative, so that we can use position absolute on the after element. So let's give this a width, the after element. We'll give it a width of 90%, also an aspect ratio of 1:1, and we'll give it a background color of, we'll just say white for now, so that we can see it show up. Oops, not that. See what it's doing. Okay, and we actually cannot see it at all, and that is, let's see, why would that be? Let's give it a different background color, maybe something that'll stand out more. Okay, so of course, because we need to give it a display of block so that the width property actually affects it, so we'll give it a display of block. There we go, so now it's showing up. We'll also give this a border radius of 50%. So that it's rounded. Okay, so now we have to move this right into the middle of the loader spinner. So to do that, we are going to use we're going to first set the top to 50% so that it moves down 50%. We have to set the position to absolute first. So let's do that. Okay, now let's see what it does. Okay, so that moves it down 50%. Now we're going to say left 50%. That will move it over 50%, but now we have to move it back 50% of the width of the after element itself. So to do that, we're just going to translate negative 50% and negative 50%, and this will move it negative 50% both on the X and the Y axis, which will move it directly into the middle. So now we can actually set the background color of this element to match the background of the body, which I believe is just EEE. There we go. So now we have a ring, which looks nice. We're also actually going to real quick come over here and give this a gap of 1 rem so that there's more spacing in between the text and the spinner. Okay, so now we actually have to give the loader spinner some variation in color so that we can actually tell that it's spinning like it is over here. It has a gradient. So we are going to change the background. We're going to give it a linear gradient. It will be 45 degrees, and it will be, let's see, 0, 0, 0, 2. So just a really light gray, and that will be 50%. It'll take up 50%, and then it will go into white. Okay, so now let's see what that does. Okay, perfect. So now the last thing we have to do is actually make it spin. So at the bottom down here, we're going to create a new keyframes section, and we will just call this spin. And this will go from rotate, no, it needs to transform, rotate Z 0 degrees to, then we will transform rotate Z 360 degrees. So now let's come up here to the loader spinner and give it this animation. So animation, spin for 2 seconds. The autocomplete here messed up a little bit. I use spin with a capital letter. I like to use capital letters for keyframes. The animation spin 2 seconds, linear and infinite. The linear infinite means that it will keep spinning in a linear motion, and it will be infinite. So pretty straightforward. Let's refresh and see what it does. So now it is actually spinning. So yeah, that's pretty much all there is to it. You can style this however you want, change the colors around. It's very basic, pretty versatile. Yeah, I hope you enjoyed this video, and I hope you have a great day.